Hi, welcome to this segment. Today we are at the Terengganu State Museum and we're filming in the East Coast this time to show some of the heritage food in these two states. And they are very popular, known for their traditional food. And today I'm at the ground of the Terengganu State Museum and we're going to show you quite a few dishes, the sweets and also the dishes. First of all, I'm going to show you jala emas. Jala emas is a royal dessert in Terengganu and it is served in the afternoon at the Royal Palace. But anyway, I'm going to introduce you Hafshin. Hafshin is a expert in Malay Terengganu heritage cuisine, and we're going to show you what are the ingredients needed, and there are only a few ingredients in this jala emas, or we call it the golden net. So what is the ingredient? Apakah bahan-bahan tu?
Bahan dia air,
We have water,
gula,
sugar,
daun pandan,
pandanus leaf,
telur.
and also eggs. So we already boil about 1 liter of water to 1 kilo of sugar. So it's the same ratio. So we're making a sugar syrup from sugar and water. And there are very few ingredients, and this dessert is very, very popular, as I told you, and it's very, very traditional. And the people here has been practicing making this dessert for many, many years, is for many, many generations, and is one of the best dessert. Of course, it's very, very sweet, and Malaysians like to eat very sweet dessert. Okay, while waiting for the sugar syrup, we're going to break the eggs. So for these recipes, you need 30 numbers of egg. So it's quite a lot, yeah? Maybe you can reduce it to half. The state of Terengganu is very popular with its heritage, living heritage, food heritage, and also cultural heritage as well. And also offshore from Kuala Terengganu, which is the capital of Terengganu, there are nice island and resort where we have to go take the boat from half an hour to 45 minutes. Then there you can enjoy the beach like a paradise. So in Terengganu, they receive lots of tourists from Europe, especially to enjoy the islands and beaches. Later, we're going to separate egg yolk and egg white. Apa tu nak diasingkan? Asingkan. So you need to separate the egg and the yolk and the egg white.
Kuning saja.
So I'm separating the yolk now. Make sure you don't. That's why you need to have a very fresh egg yolk so that the yolk will not break when you separate egg white and egg yolk. So kita pakai kuning ke apa?
Kuning saja.
So we are going to use the egg yolk only, yeah? Just egg yolk. That's why it's called the golden thread, because this dessert is yellow, golden yellow. And it's about royalty. The royal in Malaysia, the color is yellow. So I'm separating the eggs now. Be careful not to take the white. Okay, after separating the egg yolk, we need to sieve the egg yolk to make sure that we don't get the lumps in the egg yolk. So you need to get a fine egg yolk. So I'm sifting the egg yolk now. Almost done. And while the sugar syrup is boiling, basically you need to have a thick sugar syrup for this recipe. And again, the basic ratio is 1:1, but if it's light, the sugar syrup is light, then you need to add more sugar to it. Okay, so boleh? Can? So the lumps are left here in the sift. So ini betul sini, Shin. Let's put this aside, and we are ready to make the jala emas. And making this dessert, we are using a special funnel made from brass and with a little hole over here. So we're going to pour the egg yolk inside the funnel and then drop it inside the sugar syrup. The sugar syrup has to be foamy before you add the egg yolk to make sure that it is really well boiled, so that the cakes and the dessert that comes out would be very nice and pretty. We're still waiting for the sugar syrup, and now it is boiling. So now we are removing the screw pine leaves, the pandan leaves that we put in the sugar syrup and put in this strainer here. So the pandan leaves are already infused in the sugar. Then we remove it, and now we are starting with making the jala mas, the dessert, or the golden net. So this dessert is rich with egg yolk, and you just drop this in the sugar syrup. And as you can see, as you drop in, the egg yolk drop into the sugar syrup, it's automatically cooked. It cooks the egg, and then the sugar would soak the egg, then make it sweet. So that's the dessert of jala mas, and it is very popular in the East Coast, especially in the state of Terengganu. And then we are going to remove it from the sugar syrup and strain using a strainer. And this is a very, very, as I told you, traditional methods of making dessert. And so this is the jala mas, or the golden thread, as we call it. So you keep on doing this until you finish with the egg yolk. So it doesn't matter how many egg yolk you want to use. You can use 5, 10, and then you have a mixture of sugar syrup, and there you get a dessert. Also, normally we can eat this dessert with milk, bananas, and puddings and fruits. You can mix it with this, so it becomes like a custard basically. So it's very quick, very fast, and yet it's so traditional. So that's jala mas, and then more, we're putting more egg yolk in the funnel, and we are, Hafshin is just dropping the egg yolk using the funnel into the sugar syrup. And as you can see, the state of the sugar syrup should be in a boiling stage, in a nice boiling stage. So that's the best stage in order to drop, for you to drop the eggs, and then after you finish with the funnel, with the egg in the funnel, and it's cooked already. So that's what you see, the golden color is the golden net. It's so pretty and so beautiful. And let me try as well. Saya cuba Hafsin. Okay. So I'm trying it now. And I'm learning this from the expert. So you have to pour it fast so that the egg will not go through the funnel. So there's no other ingredient, it's just egg yolk. Kalau kita telur apa lagi boleh pakai? Telur itik boleh ke?
Biasanya telur itik.
Yeah, traditionally we use, in the past we use duck the eggs, yeah. But now we are using the chicken eggs. Duck eggs would give a. Huh? Yeah, he said the egg should be very, very fresh for you to get a very good result from this jala mas. So you have to do very fast, yeah, because as you drop it, it would cook directly into the sugar syrup. So I think this is very unique in making this dessert, and actually this is my first time I know jala mas, but I've never do it ever in my life, and now I can share it with you all. Making jala mas in front of the Terengganu State Museum. Is that interesting? And making this is very unique. Using sugar and egg yolk. And this is the food for the royal, okay? But these days, anybody could prepare this at home. And normally, people would just order it from whoever would make it in the village or in a certain places. Of course, in the Terengganu area. And also, this copper brass is good in making desserts. It's good with sugar. So when you boil sugar using this, it gives good result. It maintains a good temperature. And also when you cook using brass, it will give a different flavor to your dish, especially when we cook rendang in it. the metal would infuse into the dish. This is what the old people believe in the past. So I believe it too, because when I cook beef rendang, it tastes better when making in this brass wok. So after removing it from the sugar syrup, you need to toss it for half an hour to remove the excess sugar syrup in this golden net, so that this jala mass is not too wet or not too moist, so it will be just nice, and will less sugar syrup. Well, this is it for our first recipe, and then we will continue for the next one. Yeah.